two items on the agenda, although I only see one applicant here. So I will turn to that one first, which is 49 Bellwood Avenue. And it is in connection with a plan for a one-story addition. The applicant needs a variance of 2 feet because the required minimum yard setback is 10 feet, and the proposed side yard setback is 8 feet. I believe Mr. Steinschneider will be heard.
Yes, Pat Steinschneider from Gotham Design here in Dobbs Ferry. This is the Sclute O'Connor residence of 49 Bellwood. It's a cute house. It's got interesting details to it. I particularly like the shutters on the house, but it's a small house, and they're not looking to make it bigger. What they're looking to do is to make it a little bit more functional, and what that means is providing a powder room on the first floor. So the driving force of this started as the powder room. It's evolved a little bit so that we're making the entrance on the side, the existing entrance on the side of the house more accommodating. And that's the reason we need the variance. We're also doing work on the back of the house, but all of that is compliant with code. Okay, trying to go. Here's the location on Bellwood. Bellwood's the street that's down below Grandview. So they look like you've got a backyard, but the backyard's 2 stories in the air. Pretty neat, good, cool area. Here's their survey. On the survey, you can see that right now they have a 12-foot side yard on the west side, or I guess in this, it's actually north. And then they have an 18-foot side yard on the other side. It's one of the houses that is smallest in the neighborhood, resulting even on, and it's a little bit bigger lot, 60 feet wide. So they actually have larger side yards than most of the other neighbors. You don't need to talk about this sheet. And so we can get to that. This is the existing conditions. That's something next. Existing conditions on it, which I'll just quickly kind of point to on the first floor. They've got an existing entrance that comes in here now. That's where the staircase comes into the house, so there's actually a landing that accommodates them coming into the kitchen. When I first looked at it, I was thinking, well, maybe we could do something on this side of the house, obviating the issue, but the house is really nicely set up for this, and this is actually quite a nice yard, which is worth, I think, keeping instead of trying to rearrange the house. And as I said, this is a fairly straightforward, smaller project, and things like moving the first floor around wasn't part of the concept. This shows the lower on left there is the existing door, which has a covered porch as it is, but that I think is all compliant. Here is the existing site plan and the proposed. Existing shows how the walkway right now comes in on this side of the house. Here's where the entrance is. And and this is, this thing keeps wanting to go where it wants to go. This is where we're adding a 4-foot addition, which crosses over the setback, required setback line by 2 feet. We are also using the provision in the code that allows a porch to project into a side yard. If we weren't enclosing this area, this structure otherwise would be fine without a variance. So it's less than 75 square feet, and it meets the other requirements for a side porch, but once we enclose it, then it's no longer a side porch. Ergo, the requirement for the variance. This just shows what those setbacks are and what we're proposing. This is just that you're aware we're doing lots of drainage and things that don't exist right now, so we're going to improve the property. This is the first floor of the house that we're proposing, which will have a small powder room, a closet. That's the extent of the addition. The door comes in, uses the staircase the same. We're also adding a screen porch on the back and a terrace here, but as I said, those comply with all the requirements. And then this is just so that you're aware of the full scope of the work. Here's the second floor. This is the roof above that entrance. We're renovating the 2 bathrooms on the second floor with a small projection out the back, and then enlarging the bedroom, so that's a master suite on the back of the house. Try not to get too tangled up.
And, yeah, can you, so is that's the new porch on the top left?
This is the new porch proposed. This is what it looks like on the side. So it's a open porch with a bracket. You walk around the path almost stays where it is. So it's really soft in terms of its impacts on the site and the area and the neighbor.
And is the new porch fully enclosed?
No,
No.
it's fully open.
It's full, okay.
Yeah. And how did that, oh, okay, I know there. And this is just giving you a comparison of what the existing side is and what it is with the addition built. Okay. Now, this shows what those setbacks are. This is where the 10-foot setback is. This is the 4-foot addition, showing that we have 8 feet. And then the proposed porch with 38 square feet comes to, we're allowed to go up to 4 feet. We're doing it at 4'6". So we make that all fit. It'd be hard to make it any bigger. Yes, sir?
I guess I'm missing how it's not adding square footage. And that may not be the point in front of us right now, but you're adding something to the back of the house on the
Oh, sure.
second floor. Okay, you started by saying we're not adding square footage, we're just trying to make it work better.
The addition on the side that needs the variance. We're adding square footage we're basically adding 43 square feet.
On the side,
On the
but also
side.
in the back, right? I mean, the
In the
back
back,
is
we're adding, we're adding.
on the second floor. You have an
second-
open lower level porch. You're adding some storage in the lower basement level. You're
Yep.
adding an open porch on the main level. On the second floor, you're adding a bedroom up above. Okay, all right.
Exactly.
I just wanted to make sure I was,
Yeah, I probably wasn't clear enough about that. The amount of we're not trying to enlarge the house with the entrance that we need the variance on. It's just the minimum of what we can make that work. One thing we did is we checked other properties in the neighborhood. The yellow is the subject with the 12 and 18. Common in this area is 8 feet because that's what the zoning used to be when most of these houses were built. So we're really doing the 8 that most of the neighbors have. And we noticed that there are many areas in the neighborhood where it's 5 foot, 6 foot, 3 foot. So it's not as though we're going to be, doing something that changes the character of the existing neighborhood. These are just some photographs of the house. This is your view of the entrance from the street. You can't see anything with the hedge, and then the great big evergreen. It's fairly enclosed back there. These are just pictures of other houses in the neighborhood. One thing that's very common in this neighborhood actually is having that kind of a side entrance. It seems like a lot of the houses have a nice front door, and then you have this little staircase on the side that comes in probably to the kitchen. So just going through the neighborhood, and then just kind of walking around the house, getting a little bit closer so you can see nicely out of focus. That's the back of the house. And then you start to see on the right-hand side where you'd go back to get between the bushes, and you've got this little small area, the tree stays, that porch roof comes off, the addition is there, the path basically stays almost as it is, and the fence, is on this property. We're not touching that or going too close, and that's looking back at it. This kind of shows what happens with, with that addition. So that you see, we're gonna have to move over the walkway a little bit, but you'll still walk around, and we specifically didn't put posts under this. We're using the brackets, similar to what's there now, so that you'll just be able to walk on the path, and basically you'll get to a point where you can enter the house undercover, which is nice. And then just a couple of 3Ds that give you a sense of what that massing is and how it works, wrapping around the house.
Patty,
And I think that might be everything.
do you have to remove the tree or any of the shrubbery in order to have?
Shrubbery,
Why
yeah,
not?
the shrubbery's a little bit overgrown right now, so they're gonna need to, kind of cull some of that out. but there'll still be a nicely landscaped area all along that fence. You know, they'll want to maintain that.
They'll maintain the screen between them and the neighbors,
Right.
and the neighbors have been notified.
Neighbors have been notified, and I believe they submitted a comment.
Okay.
I don't think we received
I don't
that.
think we missed that, but they're not here apparently. so-
Yeah, that somebody did submit a positive comment on the, one of the neighbors did submit a positive comment.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think
Bill
it
Capshaw,
was
who
sent
is
to
a-
the zoning board.
We didn't see
Okay,
it.
yeah, can we read that into the?
I'm not sure, usually Sarah, when she gets it, she puts it in the packet. I didn't see it in the packet.
Yeah.
Unless it came late, that could have happened too.
Yeah, it was a couple of days ago.
But there was a positive comment from the neighbor
Okay.
about the project.
We're gonna have to take your word for it in terms of it being positive. Unless we have a copy of it.
I might-
So there doesn't appear to be anyone here in the boardroom, but is there anyone on Zoom who wants to be heard? Okay. Any motions?
I have no questions or comments, so Bruce, absent anything from you, I'd make a motion to
Go ahead.
approve the application as is
Yeah.
presented. I think it's tastefully done and doesn't seem to be terribly substantial in any way.
Actually, first, I think we need to close.
We need to close the hearing.
All in favor? Aye. Okay,
I'd make a motion to approve the application as presented.
Second.
all in favor? Aye.
Thank you very much.
Good luck.
Do you want me to present the other matter? I mean, I don't know what it
Yeah,
is.
have we heard from? The 50
Yeah, I did.
Okay, thank you.
Have we heard from the applicants for 52 Shady Lane?
Oh, they're
Sorry?
online.
Oh, they are online.
Yes.
Oh,
Hi, we've been here the entire time. I just wasn't, nobody was I was unable to join. It was not letting me through. I apologize, we're not able
I apologize
to,
for taking you out of order, but,
that's okay. I'm sorry, we're not able to attend in person. We have a 1-month-old baby, so I apologize for the background noise as well. Okay. I think everybody hopefully has the packet of details. This is a significantly less involved request. So for context, 52 Shady Lane is a Cape Cod 1950s. It is part of kind of the original variances. So as you'll note, there are some that were kind of grandfathered in slightly different from what is, I think, the current variances, but everything is existing to the house. The deck was built with the original house. The deck is now crumbling. The railing is wobbly. The boards are disintegrating. It needs to be replaced for safety reasons. We have small children. So we're looking to replace the existing deck. The only change that has brought us to the zoning board is that we're looking to add about 2 feet just to extend the length of the deck so that it is just a little bit more usable space to use the stairs more comfortably. But other than that, it's almost the exact existing floor plan. It doesn't cut into any neighbor's line of sight. It doesn't get anywhere near the fence. The addition overhangs slightly a planting bed, so we don't have to remove any plants or trees. There's no major construction changes required, no draining changes required or anything to that effect. I don't know if everybody had a chance to look at the plans or if you need me to pull them up on screen or if it's easier to take questions, but it's a very simple, we're just looking to rebuild with a very slight extension in length.
I don't have any questions.
let me just say, for the benefit of anybody who's listening, what exactly the variance is. It's for the rear yard setback where the requirement is 25 feet and the proposed setback is 19 feet 8 inches, which results in a need for a variance of 5 feet 4 inches.
Yeah, and that difference of the 5 feet 4 inches is a result of the fact that when the house was built, the variance was 15 feet. It has since been updated in the town code to 25 feet. So it's not that we're extending the deck by 5 feet 4 inches. The actual change in the length of the deck is only about 2 feet. But because the variances have changed over time, that's why it seems like a larger variance.
to me, this seems like a fairly modest addition, and I don't see how it harms the character of the neighborhood or will affect anyone else's property values. Does anybody have questions?
None. Motion to close the hearing?
Okay,
Just
well,
Chris-
actually, can I just
Christina, is
check to
anybody
see if
online?
Anybody else is
No.
on Zoom?
Yeah, we did send notice to all our neighbors. We didn't hear back any issues or concerns, so.
Okay, in that case, motion to close the hearing.
I'll second that.
All in favor? Aye.
Motion to approve the rear setback variance of 5 feet 4 inches.
I'll second that.
All in favor? The motion passed, and we wish you and your family luck with your nice step.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.